Can you believe it? It's Christmas time again, Adam.
Christmas season is upon us, Bobbert.
Is it upon us? I think it's already here.
It's already here. Hey, we're in Texas. I'm wearing shorts, flip-flops, a t-shirt, because it's 82 degrees outside.
Yesterday I was wearing a hoodie.
It's Christmas season!
Hooray. Yes, Christmas is the time of giving, and it's also the time of support.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a whore of a. We're gonna do a whore of a cold open. Real quick.
A whore of a cold open. Who we plugging?
Of a cold open.
Who we plugging here, Bobby?
It's time to make get serious with the Not For Everyone podcast.
Okay.
Especially, we're gonna start it in 2023.
2023 is going strong.
Hey, listenership has been a little stagnant the last year or so.
Has it?
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not gonna keep doing it for the people that are listening. I'm just saying...
Bobby, we've never done this for anybody but ourselves.
The power of hard work and perseverance, tenacity, and J+.
Go-getterness.
Yeah. We can all work hard as a team, all three of us, you, me, and J+5.
Yep.
To get the word out about the Not For Everyone podcast.
Word on the street!
More specifically, patreon.com/not4everyone. $5 a month. I just posted some juicy bath time fun talk with Adam from last episode.
Did you post how I was talking about how I take a lot of baths? And I don't mind taking baths in hotels no matter who else's filth is already in there?
Stop giving away the goods for free.
It's okay. $5 and hear how filthy I can get in somebody else's tub.
Yeah, so I just wanted to throw that out there. Thanks to everyone that's been listening and supporting. Things are a little slow lately.
So this is our cold open, is begging for money and telling everybody we suck. You're literally telling people that we're not worthy and that they need to give us money or something. Like this is like, this reminds me of going on Facebook and there's like some 25-year-old like prostitute girl on there who's like, I can't pay my bills, but here's pictures of my give me money. That's what you sound like right now.
Patreon.com/not4everyone. Adam has some topless.
You want to see my tattooed titties? I got some tit-tats for ya.
Thrill me.
You know, there's gorillas in these woods.
Mortis, what's that?
It's all on the reflexes.
Chicken's good. I like chicken.
I'd buy that for $1.
Tie in the wind.
Tie in the wind.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
I drink your milkshake.
Carpenter!
You make me want to be a better man.
I'm running this monkey farm now, Frankenstein, and I want to know what the fuck you're doing with my time!
See you at the party, Richter!
You're listening to the Not For Everyone podcast. My name is Snobby Bobby. Right in front of me is the Crude, the Rude, and the Dude.
Pork Chop Moo Man.
The Pork Chop Moo Man, the merchant of besmirchment, the specimen of sexativity, the lowest common denominator, the
Lieutenant of Danger.
Lieutenant, I was getting there,
okay.
Of Danger. It is December 5th. It's Monday, December 5th.
It certainly is.
It's time for a station ID. It's Monday, December 5th at 7:50 p.m. Central Standard Time. You're listening to the Not For Everyone podcast.
Right here in Bobby's toy room.
Right from the toy room. We got to talk about it, Adam. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it's been years since we've been doing this.
Yeah.
We haven't grown out of it.
No.
We haven't grown out of our things that we at least keep a peripheral eye on.
No, it's still Star Wars.
It's not Star Wars. It's close though. But I still feel like, as much as we still keep a peripheral eye on things, the older we get, the less and less excited we become for those things.
Yeah, that's called getting older. I mean, when our parents were kids, when our parents were adults, our age,
at 19,
I don't think that like the Hollywood media was just trying to spoon feed them nostalgia from their youth.
No.
And I think that's all it is now. It's just, hey, you remember you like this? We're doing it again.
Yeah, and it's such a tired cash grab that the criticisms of the things that you pointed out, it's not your fault, but the things you just pointed out are also tired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like even criticizing that they're spoon feeding us nostalgia is so old. I'm so fucking tired of that shit. Where's the new? Where's the new?
Too risky. It's too risky. But if you thought Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was the last time you would get a chance to go on a magical adventure with Dr. Henry Jones and his ragtag bunch of roustabouts, you were wrong.
You were wrong. Fuck's sake.
The greatest action series, arguably, I would say yes. The greatest action series that encapsulates everything we love about 1980s action. It's 2022, and we're still cranking them out.
Okay, let's talk about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Before we do that, real quick.
Yeah.
Can you just talk to me about, okay, Crystal Skull came out 2008?
Fucking something like that, I don't know.
2008, I think.
A long fucking time ago.
Over 10 years ago.
Over 10 years, for sure over 10 years
15 years ago.
I was in Florida when it came out. I saw that piece of shit in the theater and fucking wanted to leave.
It would be like if in 1995 you saw Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
Right?
Sure.
Something like that.
What?
That's how much time has passed. It's like if you were to watch Kingdom of the Crystal Skull now, it would be like someone in 1995 watching Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
That's a little weird.
It's kind of weird.
It's
Anyway,
like if Return of the Jedi came out that far after Empire Strikes Back. Is that what you're saying?
No, it doesn't matter.
It didn't matter.
Moving along.
You confuse me with numbers.
Where were we? Where was Crude Rude Dude with the Indiana Jones franchise when 2008's Kingdom of the Crystal Skull
I was a
released?
hotshot boiler room Wolf of Wall Street commodities broker in sunny South Florida, scamming people out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. And my boss took the whole company to see that piece of shit. And it fucking sucked. It was stupid. It was fucking stupid then. It's fucking stupid now. And you know what? Let me say something before we get off track. Let's talk about the titles of the Indiana Jones movies. Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. That shit sounds gangster. Bobby, your hands up.
Actually, it's just Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay, fine. However, Raiders of the Lost Ark sounds fucking cool, right?
Yeah.
Next, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yes.
That shit is money in the bank, baby. Part 3, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. These all sound meaty. They sound like I want to go out there and see that.
I would say there's even a worse title than The Dial of Destiny.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
No, I'm sorry. Let me take that again. I would say there's an even worse title than The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
What's that, Bobby?
2023's soon to be released Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Listen, if there was a movie just called Raiders of the Lost Ark, I'd want to go see that.
What if it was just called Dial of Destiny?
It is stupid. If there's a movie called Temple of Doom, I want to see that. A movie called The Last Crusade, I want to see that. I don't want to see Kingdom of the Crystal Skull because it sounds like fucking Giorgio
It sounds
Tsoukalos.
like Alan Quartermain.
Yeah. Fucking Georgia Quartermain, whatever. Or the Dial of Destiny. The fucking Dial of Destiny.
Sounds like a very tasteful softcore pornography phone line.
Was this like Spielberg who came up with that shit? Was it Lucas?
Can you,
Which of these fucking chuckle fucks?
Can you do a phone sex commercial real quick about calling the Dial of Destiny?
Call in now, folks, for the Dial of Destiny. You wonder what's going to happen to that hot meat in your pants? You got to dial now to find out because we know all about your destiny. And believe you me, folks, watching shit like this, it's going to be virginity forever.
Fair.
It was
Yeah.
breathy. I was breathy. I was like,
You didn't work in any Indiana Jones puns.
I don't fucking give a shit. Fuck Indiana Jones is fucking Dial of Destiny. I'll whip you in the dick with my foot.
I just want to say, a lot of times when we're recording this show, we realize that we're kind of hyperbolic versions of ourselves.
Okay.
You were genuinely upset.
Yeah.
Like all of this is real.
This is real.
You can't feel it through the microphone. I can feel it in
You
the
can't
room.
fake this shit, people. Fucking, it was just so upsetting to me when I knew there was an Indiana Jones 5 coming out, which was upsetting enough, right?
That's very upsetting.
But then, because of the Crystal Skull. But then when I heard it was called The Dial of Destiny, that's just like the fucking stupidest fucking thing I might have ever heard in my life.
Let me ask you a question. What's worse? These franchises being in the hands of George Lucas or being in the hands of Disney?
Disney
is worse.
I mean, Lucas never like fucking went back and like re-edited fucking Jar Jar Binks into the goddamn Last Crusade. You know what I mean? Like, you can still watch the Last Crusade.
I think Spielberg did an E.T. re-release with extra footage, and I want to say he did it for Jaws too.
I mean, yeah, but he didn't like fucking CGI the shark in. You know, like, imagine if Spielberg...
Old grievances for old things that happen.
Imagine if, like, they gave Jaws the Star Wars original trilogy treatment, where they just CG'd over the badass shark for the whole fucking movie, you know?
With a CG shark?
Yeah. Think how fucking terrible that would be.
Or a Jar Jar Binks.
Imagine they just CG'd Jar Jar Binks over fucking Jaws.
He's like, people often criticize me for that film, but you gotta remember, like, I wrote Jaws for my kids.
Fuck you, Indiana Jones. That's all I gotta say.
Now, I gotta say, Indiana Jones is my number one favorite franchise of all time.
Number one?
Yeah.
Duke of New York? number one?
Yeah.
Of all time is Indiana Jones.
Of franchises, yeah. What else?
Including the Crystal Skulls.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
I will say this. The Indiana Jones original trilogy is hands down one of the best trilogies ever fucking made.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's not that many trilogies out there, and two, you're right, it's fucking awesome.
They all fucking hit. They all hit. They're all fucking bangers.
Trilogy is the key word there. Okay, so yeah, I mean, of everything, like, Planet of the Apes is my favorite movie, but it's definitely not my favorite franchise.
Right.
Or like, there's other examples of that too out there. Jurassic Park has one good movie if you really want to get serious about it.
We've had this conversation.
Yes.
There's one smart movie and a lot of dumb
So as far as
shit.
consistent franchises go, as far as the ratio of like total movies versus good movies within that total movies, Indiana Jones, and rewatchability, how many times I watched it, Indiana Jones is my number one. What are you looking at me like that?
Because, Bobby, it's only a matter of time before that ratio goes askew, because Disney owns Indiana Jones now. So there's going to be Indiana Jones 6 and 7 and 9 and 15, and they're going to bring back Shia LaBeouf once he's not canceled anymore to be young Indiana Jones number 72. Well, it's going to get to a point where the bad's going to outweigh the good.
Possibly, but here's the problem with that claim, though. Disney has a lot to compete with to weigh down that, because
there's 3 great movies.
Ever remember a little show called The Young Indiana Jones Chronicles?
Sure.
I rest my case.
Okay, you got me.
Every one of those episodes counts as a good movie in the Indiana Jones franchise.
Wasn't like the one of the Boondock Saints Indiana Jones in that?
Yeah. No, that was fucking Daryl from Walking Dead.
No, it wasn't Norman Reedus. It was the other one, dipshit.
No, it was the other one.
It was the other one.
I don't know.
Fucking.
I'm just talking on my ass.
None of this is accurate.
It was Willem Dafoe, young Willem Dafoe.
Oh, young Billy Dafoe. Remember when Willem Dafoe played Jesus?
No, what was the Billy
Billy
Barty.
No, that's the midget.
Billy Connolly.
Billy Corgan, I told you, same difference.
Yeah, Billy Connolly.
I love Billy Connolly. He's great.
He played the young Indiana Jones.
No, he didn't. It was Sean Patrick Flannery.
Okay, but the point is, let's just cut all the horse shit.
Let's just let bygones be bygones.
Let's talk about The Dial of Destiny for real. I just made you watch the trailer. I have my thoughts on it. Obviously, you have a problem with the title, but what about the other? Is the title ruin the entire sum of the parts?
Dude, they shouldn't be making another Indiana Jones movie. Okay? I said it.
Well, yeah, no shit. Okay, all these things goes without saying at this point.
Like, they brought back Sala, which is fine. I like Sala. Sala's great. I'm amazed they didn't, like, unceremoniously kill him off screen like they did with his dad and the doctor in the last one.
So the rumor has it they're gonna, similar to what they tried to do with King of the Crystal Skull, they're gonna try to somehow pass the torch. And I believe it's to, my theory is, I haven't done a huge deep dive, but my theory is it's Marcus's daughter or granddaughter.
Wait, didn't they just do this in King's Ass of the Crystal Skulls?
No, that's what I was saying. They were gonna pass the buck to Shia LaBeouf, but he went crazy.
So they're gonna do the same plot as Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls again, but with a different character that's not his kid.
Well, I don't know
That's
if it's
stupid.
It's not the same plot per se. Well, they all kind of have the same plot if we're being honest. But no, it's just they want to keep that door open for a franchise.
Look, I'm wine drunk and I fucking hate Indiana Jones now.
These are all crapshoots. Like, I don't know. This is not gonna. I am making a prediction. This is not gonna do well. It's not gonna be received well. It might do well.
It'll make enough money for them to fucking prompt another shitty sequel, okay? I mean, I'll say this.
Harrison Ford, they just reanimate his corpse on
The
some
guy-
strings. Like, we don't need to reanimate his corpse. We have deep fakes and CGI
Right.
now.
The guy who is directing it, I do like Mangold.
Yeah,
I mean, he made Logan,
that's promising.
but he also made that shitty Wolverine movie before Logan, where Wolverine was in Japan.
Oh, I love that one.
It's not good.
I love that one.
It's not good.
It reminds me of reading a Wolverine comic book. That's all I
I mean,
asked
there's
for.
some cool parts in it, but it's not good. They cut off his claws at the end, and he grows back in the next movie.
Doesn't matter. What's your point?
I hope it's not bad, but it's called the Dial of Destiny, so I'm gonna fucking hate it anyway.
So again, I think the Dial of I want to say it's going to be a time travel thing.
it's fucking stupid.
I want to say it's going to be a time travel thing. I'm going to say.
Well, it showed in the preview. Like, let's just break it down. In the preview, it's got a young Indy fighting Mads Mikkelsen as a fucking Nazi. Okay, so
is he a Nazi or I think they have Soviets in this one.
dude, he was wearing the fucking black SS badass uniform. He's a fucking Nazi.
That badass uniform. Okay,
Dude.
settle down, Kanye.
Look, Hugo Boss designed them. I'm not pro-Nazi. I'm not saying Hitler was good. I'm saying that Hugo Boss made some fucking boss-looking
Well,
outfits.
actually,
What?
I do believe Hitler was good.
Jesus Christ, fucking Kanye. I can't believe it. I'm gonna wear a black mask with glitter on it, and I'm gonna say Hitler was good, but I'm a black man.
It's all pro wrestling, bro.
It is
It's
pro
all
wrestling.
Pro wrestling.
Let's not talk about Kanye on this show.
That's fine. So yeah. So I get your point. I get your point, Adam. Here's all I'm going to say.
Are you excited? You're playing counterpoint. Like you really are excited about this.
No,
fucking
I'm
stupid
just
movie?
all I'm doing right now. I'm not trying to steer a reaction from you. I'm just being completely honest.
Yeah.
I don't think the trailer itself, just the trailer. Forget the title. Forget the context. It's going to have some wokeness to it. Obviously,
Because this is going to be like in the 50s when Indiana Jones is still alive, and there's woke people back then, right? Of course.
Yeah.
Let's add wokeness into the past because that's what we're doing right now.
yeah,
in
it'll be
America.
like during the civil rights era or
Oh,
something.
Jesus Christ! I gotta go shit out my.
Hold on. Let me get my.
I gotta spit. Hold that thought, Bobby. I don't want to spit on your floor. I want to spit in the fucking eyes of Steven Spielberg. I should have had that on recording. Okay, continue.
So all things considered, just the trailer.
Yeah.
Just the trailer. The visual display of the trailer with the music and how it was edited.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think it looks that bad.
CGI.
No. That's not what I'm talking. I'm just like, it doesn't. There's maybe one groan-inducing moment at the tag at the end, but it's definitely not the worst thing. Not the worst visual gag I've ever seen.
You know, I think of when I see trailers like that, I think of the Jurassic World movies and how they're all fucking shit.
We already nodded at the Jurassic
I
World.
know. I'm just saying that's what I feel like when I see a preview for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I'm like, this is some Jurassic World bullshit. Sure, they got Harrison Ford back because why the fuck wouldn't he? He wants a paycheck.
And they got
That motherfucker's like Nick Cage now. He'll take any role he's played before. Just pay me.
They got a little black girl that didn't make the gymnastics team, but that does come into play later in the movie when she has to swing around a bar and kick a Nazi in the face.
Yeah.
A raptor Nazi.
You can just combine this with the Jurassic. It's all
Why
the same.
did they cut you from the team?
It's all the same shit. It's all the same fucking bullshit they're pumping out right now. You know, there's certain things that like I'm excited about that. Oh, I'm glad they're remaking that.
Let me ask you a question.
And then they do it, and I'm pissed. And we'll get to that later on.
What would you say you are excited about? It doesn't have to be a movie.
I'm excited that There's a new Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild game coming out.
Oh, great.
What?
I was just saying that's
You,
great.
that sounded very condescending. It was a condescending great, Bobby.
Well, that's great.
That's more condescending. Thanks.
I think it's time to go, unless you have any final thoughts on the Dial of Destiny.
Oh, I've said more than I ever wanted to say about that movie.
I think it's time to go to movie recap.
Movie recap! Let's do it. Am I starting? I'll start. So, I watched a couple real bangers in the last week or so. I'm going to start with one that there's. I got 3 today. What? Bob, your hand's up. What?
I just got to point out, we haven't talked about food once on this episode.
Okay.
And you just said bangers.
And mash.
Talk to me a little bit about potatoes.
So, potatoes are great.
The versatility and diversity of potatoes.
You can mash them. You can stew them. You can cook them for breakfast. Right? You can cut them into any different shape or size and cook them, and they're fucking delicious. You can take potatoes and put things on top of them. You can put potatoes on top of other things. For example, tonight for dinner, Bobby was making stew, a delicious, meaty, brothy stew.
Green chili. Beef green chili stew.
Beef green chili stew. And Bobby's like, hey, can you stop by the store and get some sour cream? And nobody be mad if you got French fries. So I brought some French fries, air fried those bitches, put them in a fucking bowl, poured stew on top of it. You're going to notice on the Not For Everyone podcast, we like putting stuff on potatoes.
And I just gotta, us, we like putting stuff on stuff. We like putting this on stuff.
Yeah.
Avocado cilantro sauce.
Avocado cilantro sauce.
Okay.
So good.
So I just wanted to hit our quota of talking about food.
Yeah,
for a minute.
just so people know.
What did you watch for movie recap?
So I watched the latest film by a little auteur director. You might have heard of him. I don't know. You might have seen 1 or 2 of his films. A gentleman named George Miller. So he released a film not in the Mad Max franchise or the Happy Feet franchise.
Oh.
And it's called 3,000 Years of Longing. Now, this is a movie about a genie. It's about a genie, a magic genie, a djinn, as they like to call him in Wishmaster. It's a djinn and a
Or
lamp.
just in the Middle East in general.
Yeah, where they come from,
You
right?
know, the Wishmaster.
Right. So it's about a djinn, and it's about a historian, like a storyologist, like a lady played by Tilda Swinton. I love Tilda Swinton. She's just delightful. I could watch that woman. She's a fantastic actress. I'm not physically attracted to her, really.
One time I went to
hit it.
a nice restaurant, and they had a white deer on the wall that looked like Tilda Swinton.
Right. She looks like some weird forest mammal.
Yeah, she looks like a nice, lanky forest mammal.
I
that
wouldn't
Tilda
be surprised
Swinton-
if she was some kind of like nymph, like some kind of wood nymph. Or
Yeah,
something, you know?
she even played a fucking elf.
Yeah. No, you're thinking Kate Blanchett.
Oh fuck! Right.
Those two get confusing. Kate Blanchett's the hotter one.
But just a little.
Just a little bit. No, you know what? I'm going off on a tangent here. Kate Blanchett has gotten hotter as the years have gone by.
Sometimes that happens.
Like in Nightmare Alley, she is dead fucking sexy in Nightmare Alley. Woof, that's a good movie.
Has that happened with Tilda Swinton?
No, but no. But I've seen stuff in her where she was very attractive. Anywho,
She was Elizabeth.
so she finds a lamp.
Was that her and Elizabeth?
I don't know what that is.
About Queen Elizabeth?
Why the fuck would I watch a movie about Queen Elizabeth?
Did you ever see Shakespeare in Love?
Shut the fuck up, Bobby. 3,000 Years of Longing. So this historian finds a lamp. Genie comes out, and the genie's like, you got 3 wishes. You got to do them. And she's like, nah, dude. I know the history. There's never a 3-wish scenario that turns out good. It's always a bad situation.
He's seen the Monkey Paw episode of
The Simpsons.
or The Twilight Zone.
Right. It's always something like that. So the genie, the djinn, Idris Elba, great actor, not quite as hot as Kate Blanchett. He goes about telling his stories of like his past experiences, why he is now imprisoned in the bottle that she found him in.
Okay.
It's wonderfully
This is
shot.
George Miller?
George Miller.
Is there a chase scene?
No.
Are there penguins?
No. It's a whole new page for
Whole
George
new
Miller.
fucking George Miller universe.
There is a pig in it though.
Ah,
No, so
does it talk?
yeah, so
Is it in the city?
shut up. So it's a good movie. It's really well shot. It's delightful. The CGI is great. The backstories. It's engaging.
What genre is this?
It's a fucking genie movie. What the fuck? I just told you what the movie's about. What kind of genre?
There's horror genie movies. There's Aladdin. That's a musical cartoon for children. There's, I guess that's all the genie movies. There's the Wishmaster.
We already said Wishmaster.
Yeah.
Watch 3,000 Years of Longing. It's great.
Is it a comedy?
No, Bob. It's just a good fucking movie,
It's
dude.
just a genie movie. You watched a genie movie.
Yeah, by the guy who
made
made
a Blockbuster video, and they're like, "Excuse me, where's your genie?"
You have the genie section, sir.
Hey,
it's the gin
sir.
section. It's the gins, please. Thank you.
You fucking racist.
We have people that work here from the Middle East. They're called gins. Okay, thank you.
But you're not allowed to use that word.
You got to call him a genie. No, we can call him gins.
You need to say the J word or the G word.
It starts with a D, jackass.
Genie?
DJINN, gin.
That makes me a bigot.
It does. So what'd you watch?
Adam, let's play the game.
The game.
The game where I name facts and factoids and trivia about this particular movie, and you try to guess what it is.
Let's do it. Let's play that game. I love these games. Play the music.
This is going to be IMDb Trivia Edition.
I'm going to set my phone down right there so I'm not looking at it.
I'm just going to read trivia questions, and you tell me what it's not the Boondocks.
It's not the Boondocks. Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting.
Kimberly Williams Paisley and George Newbern were filmed in a series of Hallmark card commercials as a couple.
What? I don't fucking know.
This was Kimberly William Paisley's film debut.
The fuck is Kimberly William Paisley?
Among the wedding gifts Annie receives, the Venus de Milo statue with the clock in the stomach. In the original, Kay also receives this as one of her wedding gifts. Both look at it with disdain.
The Godfather?
I'll tell you why that's close.
Why is that close?
Diane Keaton is in The Godfather and in this movie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of Diane Keaton's character in The Godfather. I know she got married, but anyone nanny.
All right, we're going to do one more.
One more, because this is not going anywhere. Have I seen this fucking movie? You don't even know if I've seen this movie.
When George and Nina Banks are eliminating who will be invited to the wedding, among the names they mention are Steve and Stephanie Tyrell. Steve Tyrell did several of the songs in this film.
Is this
And
the
also,
Father of the Bride?
I watched Father of the Bride from 1991.
Father of the fucking Bride.
What gave it away?
A wedding? They kept talking about weddings. I'm like, okay, Father of the Bride. It's the only fucking wedding movie I can think of that Bobby would watch. It's not My Big Fat Greek Wedding. It's got to be.
I saw a big fat Greek wedding in the theater, actually.
It's got to be Father of the Bride. Bobby, you love wedding movies, don't you, Bobby?
I do. I like a good wedding movie. 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Beetlejuice.
It's not a wedding movie. Bridesmaids.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. There's a wedding in it. That
Beetlejuice
totally
goes
counts.
to Hawaii.
It's not a movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's a cartoon episode.
Soon.
It's never happening. Okay, so talk to us about Father of the Bride.
Father of the Bride, it says Steve Martin and Diane Keaton, and the daughter comes home from overseas and is getting married. And
dude, you are real fucking drunk.
comedy hijinks ensue on 1991's Father of the Bride.
I kind of prefer, like, you've been drinking wine and beer.
One of them Calkins is in it.
I prefer when you're drinking whiskey, because this wine and beer drunk, Bobby, you're like slurring. You're like slow. Your eyes are heavy.
I'm fine.
You're gonna go sleep, big boy, aren't you?
No. I do see. I do see blood coming out of your nose right now.
Fuck. Why are you like envisioning punching me?
I don't know.
The fuck.
I don't know what that means.
So, Father of the Bride.
We can move on. What else did you watch?
Okay. So I was recommended 2 great films. Bill told me to watch a couple of movies, and I'll tell you, sometimes, not all the time. But sometimes Bill has some spot-on, great fucking recommendations.
Don't play coy with Bill.
I'm just saying that to piss him off. He's going to tell me, dude, all the time, my fucking suggestions are always on spot.
You brought that on yourself.
I did that on purpose, is what I did.
You just want to hear from him.
I fucking hear from that. I can't not hear from that dude. So anywho, 2 foreign films that Bill told me to watch. The first one I'm going to talk about is a film called The Innocents. Now, not innocence, like as in I'm an innocent.
Like plural innocent.
Yes, like more than one innocent person. So this is a movie from like one of those Norwegian, Swedish places, right? the blonde people in Europe.
Yeah.
So it's about these kids, little kids, like
the Aryan nation.
No, like 6 to 10-year-old children, and they move into like a new apartment complex or something. And you remember that movie Chronicle, which was about like the teenagers that like got superpowers?
No.
Came out in like the late aughts.
I was drunk in the late aughts.
Okay, well, anyways, it was like a found footage like teenager superhero movie.
Yeah, kind of the 8mm.
Yeah, something like that. No, so this is about little kids.
Not 8mm. What was that movie called? Spielberg one.
I just said it. Chronicle.
No.
You're fucking drunk, but shut up, Bobby. You're drunk.
Chronicles of Riddick. That's what you're thinking of.
So, anyways, in
9mm. Is that what it's called?
No, that was Nicolas Cage snuff films.
Okay, then I'm thinking of 8mm.
8mm was the J.J. Abrams wannabe Spielberg.
Yeah. That's what you were talking about.
No, I wasn't talking about that. I don't even remember what I was talking about because you're fucking drunk and rambling. Shut the fuck up. So The Innocents is about these little kids that start developing superpowers, right?
Uh-huh.
But
like the Teen Titans.
Yeah, but some of them are like sociopathic, total fucking crazy kids, like kids that murder people with their mind powers. So it's like,
what would you do if a superhero child was actually evil?
No, it's not that.
Like that one movie.
No, it's not that.
What was that movie called?
You know what,
the one
Bobby?
where like your kid's Superman, but he's evil.
Brightburn.
Yeah,
that wasn't that great.
I didn't see it because everyone kept telling me it wasn't that great.
It's
so it's kind of like that.
No, Bobby, it's nothing. You know what? I didn't ask you. I didn't like throw in 50 different movies while you're talking about Father of the fucking Bride, trying to find out what Father of the Bride was about, okay? This movie is about little kids that get superpowers. Now, the parents are oblivious. None of the adults know. It's just these kids doing shit, right? There's like a retarded girl that can't talk, and this other little girl that has like splotchy, ugly face. Like she can actually communicate with her, but the retarded lady's sister, she's like crazy and like pinches her and like puts glass in her shoes.
You get one retarded per episode.
Well, I can't think of a better word to use. Just fucking bleep it, Bobby. But anywho, one of the kids is a real fucking psychopath.
You can say a real retard.
And he fucking like he throws rocks at people, possesses people, makes them kill other people. He makes his mom die. It's a fucked up dark movie.
What is it? Stand By Me?
It's called The Innocents, or as they would say in Transformers, the movie, the old cartoon one, Innocent.
Okay, mad nerd points on your end of the room.
Yeah.
What is this? What time period is this movie in?
It's like now.
They have like cell phones and stuff.
They're not on the cell phones because they're busy fucking playing with superpowers.
They have telepathy.
Something like that. But it doesn't really...
So are they good guys or bad guys?
Okay, I was just saying how
What's
they
the
were
plot?
like sociopaths.
Yeah. Dexter was a sociopath.
He wasn't a good guy, Bobby.
Dexter? That's arguable. That was the whole point of the show.
You know, I fucking hate you right now. Like, really, you're ruining this for me. I'm gonna have to go take a smoke break because your fucking senseless questioning babble, it's like it's getting my blood pressure going.
I'm just having a conversation.
This is not a conversation, Bobby. This is me talking about a movie and you're ruining it. Let's take a beat.
No, I say when we take a beat, Adam.
Uh-huh.
I say when we take a beat. No, seriously, I want to ask you questions about this movie. Here, I'm up in the energy. I'm going to act sober for a minute.
Okay.
For 1 minute.
Thank you.
Okay. So this movie's called Chronicles. No. This movie's called The Innocents.
Yeah, you got it.
And it's about sociopath superhero children.
Not superhero, superpowered.
Superpowered. Mm-hmm. So they're not heroes.
No.
But they're not villains.
Dude, so imagine like if little kids just found out they had superpowers, they're not going to go out there and like, I'm going to go, they're not in America, right? They're not in America, so they're not going to go try to like be Captain America or anything.
Is this an animated film?
No, Bobby, it's a movie. There's actors, it's a movie.
But is it for children?
No, Bobby, it's not for children. It's a fucked up horror movie.
No, it's a horror movie.
It's a horror movie.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Did I not say that?
I don't know. Your minute's up. All right, so. Okay.
That was not a minute.
Okay, so. Do you recommend The Innocents?
Oh, fuck yeah. I definitely recommend The Innocents.
And this is a George Miller film?
Yes. It's George Miller from Scandinavia's film.
Oh, I got to read subtitles.
Yes, you got to read subtitles. So I watched another movie that Bill recommended. And hey, Bill, listen, I'm trying to explain these movies, but Bobby's a drunk fuck right now. He's a Slavish slob. I didn't call him a Slavic. I'm not being racist against Eastern Europeans, just calling them a slob.
They're fair game, actually.
They don't care.
They're left.
They're white. They don't give a shit. So I watched another movie and these are both on Shudder right now on Amazon if you have that subscription, called Terrified. And not Terrifier.
Is this the one about the clown?
No, Bobby, it's not. So Terrified, honestly, The Innocence was good. Bill told me to watch The Innocence. He kept bugging me about it till I watched it. And I finally watched it and I was like, that's really fucking good, right? And I didn't know what could get better until I watched Aterrados or Terrified.
It's Spanish.
It's Spanish. This is an Argentinian horror film.
Oh, it's Argentinian.
And I watched this just the other day, dude.
They speak Spanish in Argentina? It's not Portuguese? I'm sincerely asking that question.
Yes, Bobby, they speak Spanish.
Is it just Portuguese in Brazil?
It's just Brazil that speaks Portuguese.
Do you speak Portuguese?
No.
A little bit?
Eu não falo português. That means I don't speak Portuguese.
You said that a lot down there.
I said that's the only thing. That and vai tomar no cu, which
that?
means like fuck your mother in the ass. That's all I remember about the Portuguese language. So no, dude, Terrified. Terrified is fucking great. This movie had me... Okay, so you know when you're watching a movie and you're like, ugh, and like your skin crawls, like you get goosebumps?
Yeah, the First Wives Club.
This movie did that to me like 6 times. Like, this was like the First Wives Club on fucking crack, all right? There's so many disturbing scenes. It's about like... I mean, it seems kind of like a possession movie. It seems kind of like a demon possession movie. It seems kind of like a paranormal investigator movie, right? So if you take all those things and roll them in, but in terms of just creepiness, just fucking scenes that
atmospheric.
There's atmosphere, sure, but also like good fucking visuals, like fucked up looking shit, and you're like, oh God, I don't like the look of that at all.
I think that we're seeing like a renaissance in horror right now. But I'm not sure if it ever went away with like foreign horror.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Bill was saying that Guillermo del Toro wants to like remake this for America. I'm like, fuck no, just give it a wider release. Just make sure people in America know about it. Like, it doesn't need to be remade. So anywho, Terrified. Check it out. So what else we got on movie recap, Bobby?
All right, I got another modern one. Modern horror. I think horror's making a comeback. This isn't necessarily a case for that, though.
Okay.
2023's 2020. What year is it? 2022's Smile.
Smile. I started it. I didn't finish it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I finished it.
Does
however,
it get better?
Probably about the point where you said, "I'm going to turn." I think that's enough. That's when I started playing Switch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Metroid Dread, and I was still watching it, but I was just like,
I
don't give a fuck.
I was playing like a game on my phone. I couldn't be bothered with it. I just didn't care.
Now, Smile is about, it's one of those viral, supernatural viral
It's
things.
like It Follows or the Ring or some shit like that. Yeah.
Where you got to pass it on to somebody, all that shit. And that's a little tired. However, this was kind of a fresh approach to that. So credit for the concept, but it just, and I think Cameron put it perfectly. It feels like a mid to late 80s Wes Craven movie where it's like a distressed young woman and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't know. I've seen worse. I've seen way better. It's Smiles, starring some broad.
Yeah, some broad. It's got the guy who was in The Boys as the fast dude as her husband.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's the only person I recognize.
It's about a virus that makes people smile, and then you got to kill people to break the curse.
Kill them. It's
kind of like Drag Me to Hell too. I got some of the not like I'm not trying to insult Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah, don't do that.
But I got those like it's like those that level of like I got to figure out what the fuck's going on and like why is this curse on me kind of thing.
Right.
It's fine. It's Smile, starring the trailer.
Yeah.
The trailer for Smile is in this movie. It's awesome.
Listen, watch Terrified, all of y'all. Everybody, if you like horror and you haven't seen Terrified, it's on AMC Plus on Shudder. Go fucking watch it. So there's a main event tonight for movie recap.
Well, it won't be the first time we've talked about LucasArts media on the show.
Lucasfilm.
Or on this episode.
Lucasfilm.
And it probably won't be the last. Mm-mm. But speaking of remakes and rehashes and reboots and reimaginings, no, we're not talking about Dial of Destiny.
No. We're not talking about Andor, which is fucking great.
We'll talk about that later.
That's fucking awesome.
And we're not talking about the Minions series either.
No. Nothing to do with Lucasfilm, but no, we're not talking about Minions.
We're not talking about Minions.
Nope.
This is a recent direct to Disney Plus, tearing at the heartstrings of my childhood nostalgia. Once again, we're only at 2 episodes right now of Willow.
Willow on Disney Plus. Now, I'll be the first to say we've had our arguments about this, and I've said, hey, Bobby, give Willow a chance. It's not that beloved. It's beloved to us, but it's not beloved to everybody like Indy or Star Wars.
I don't think we're as rare as you think we are.
No, enough people liked it for Disney to get their fucking mitts on it. So they made a sequel to the Willow movie in a TV show format, and we're 2 episodes in. Did you watch them both?
Both of them.
I watched them both. I did not like Willow.
What did you not like about Willow?
Let me tell you what I didn't like about Willow. I didn't like when they make a sequel to a movie and they're like, let's do a callback to something that happened in the movie. Now, especially when it's something like Willow, when there's only one fucking movie. So they had the roll the bones thing, and they had the like pick which finger has. I was like, fuck you. Fuck you.
You're taking the words right out of my mouth.
Oh, it pissed me off so bad.
In this version of Willow, Willow is no longer the apprentice.
He is the master.
He's the master. He's the local town.
The High Elwyn or some
fucking
shit.
Wizard of the. They live in caves now.
The big Grand Poobah. Yeah, they live in caves now. They're cave dwellers.
The Grand Wizard of the Willow people. Of the midgets.
The Nelwyns.
The forest dwarves.
They are ground dwarves. They're basically hobbits now. They're just fucking hobbits because now they live underground.
Yeah, Grant. I mean, that's very much derived from the original Willow. Even is very much derived from Tolkien.
Yeah, sure.
We got to get some shit across the land. A hero that is comes in all sizes. That's the hero that we didn't expect was a hero thing.
Right.
But in this one, I think this is in real time, like whatever it's been
since then.
So 1988-ish.
It sounds about right.
30
so
years.
Sorsha's old.
30 years.
Sorsha's still hot.
She's still looking good.
I'd still.
Yeah. Okay. We know.
Kiss her on the mouth.
I hope we see a Madmartigan appearance at some point, even if it is a deep fake CGI.
Dude, they're gonna do Madmartigan like they did fucking Iceman and Top Gun Maverick.
They keep talking about it.
They keep talking about Madmartigan. When he's gonna show up, I smoke too much fairy herbs. I don't fucking know. It's fucking stupid.
Hey, Peck. And he's gonna be like, and then that will be it.
And that's it. That's all.
it.
That's all. They did call people Pecks in it. In the second episode, there was multiple flashbacks where Willow had a bad beard on, so you could tell it was a different time frame. You see a stupid Fu Manchu looking beard.
I don't like Willow with a beard.
I don't like Willow with a beard. Why would Willow look like Fu Manchu? Why would he ever make that stylistic choice? I don't get it.
So Laura Danning, they reveal who that is pretty early on, and because they kind of keep that ambiguous to the first episode until the very end. You think it's this one chick, but it's really not. And you're like, oh, subversion of expectation. And then the rest is just all callbacks.
It's all callbacks.
It's all callbacks.
It's all just trying to call back to Willow. It's like he's trying to teach Laura Danning magic, like she didn't know magic, like Willow didn't know magic in the first one.
It's also that mix. Like if you took all the themes of like Jungian Star Wars characters and put them in a Willow blender, there's a lot of that shit too.
Yummian? What's a Yummian?
Jungian.
The fuck does that mean? Don't be getting all fucking psychological on my ass here, dog.
Okay, sorry. But anyway, it
ain't that kind of podcast.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
How many references do you think the callbacks are going to be throughout the entire series?
Yeah.
Are we just trying to get these out of the way now and then we're going to turn into a good?
No. I would assume that since in the first 2 episodes you've already done like 17 callbacks, that horse shit's going to continue. I didn't like, and maybe this was in the first Willow too, I didn't like how some people have like British accents and some people have American accents.
That shit doesn't. I even noticed that shit.
I noticed it. I just noticed it because like the main character, the Sorsha's daughter, I really didn't like that character. I didn't like her tone. I didn't like anything about her. I didn't like her brother. I didn't like it. And you know what I didn't like either? Is at the ending of each episode, there's like fucking indie music playing. What the fuck?
We get it. You don't like now things.
I don't like now. Now fucking is fucking stupid.
Look, First episode, definitely dry heave, don't care, whatever.
Right.
Why am I watching this? Second episode, I was like, Willow has a little bit more of a role in it.
Willow's not even in the first episode, really.
Well, barely. But you knew that was going to happen.
Sure.
It's going to be the cliffhanger of the first episode. Like, Willow appears. And you're like, it's Warwick Davis, the leprechaun.
Warwick.
But aside from all the callbacks in the second episode definitely drew me back in a little bit for whatever that's worth.
Did it?
I will probably... I don't think I'm going to finish it, but I'll probably watch at least the next couple episodes.
I mean, there's only like 7 or 8 episodes.
It feels like at some point it's just going to get like, enough's enough.
I'm probably going to watch it all, but I don't know. I hope it gets cool. Okay, they've made 2 episodes already that we've seen. Those 2 episodes together are longer than the original Willow movie. And they're nowhere near as good as that hour and a half of perfection that is fucking Willow.
That's an excellent point.
Right? Like, they're going to make 8 episodes, 8 hours of this shit to not be as good as an hour and a half of the original movie? Like, you don't need to do that. Just make a sequel movie and make it good and cut out all the fucking dumb shit. Fucking dumb shit.
You're going to have a lot of dumb shit in this day and age, Adam.
It's true. I worry for my children. Well, the one I know about and the ones I don't.
So, yeah, we're fat and in our 40s. And talking about Willow. That was the movie.
Why are they gonna make a new Willow? I liked Willow. Now I don't like Willow because they made more Willow.
If you keep doing that, this podcast might get some listeners.
I know people might actually tune in. So that's that. Let's talk about what the premise of the Christmas season is this year, Bobby. What does Christmas mean to you?
I don't know what we settled on, but this year we're doing, I guess, the least celebrated John Carpenter.
I like the
Christmas
term
celebration.
No. I like not peak Carpenter.
Not peak Carpenter. It's got a better.
Not peak. We're not doing the worst, but we're just doing the not peak.
That's debatable.
Nah, dude. We're not doing the worst.
We're not doing the worst. Okay.
I mean,
it's interesting to hear because
we're not doing vampires. Okay.
Okay, that's definitely not the worst.
Of what? John Carpenter's?
Yes.
What's worse? Ghost of Mars?
No.
Then what's worse than vampires?
Vampires is still good.
No, it's not, dude. When did you watch that
I think
last?
Vampires is better than this movie we watched called Village of the Damned.
Village of the Damned.
It's a remake. Read the IMDb, please.
A small town's women give birth to unfriendly alien children posing as humans.
At precisely 10 a.m., in a quiet seaside village, something happened. Something unexplainable. Something unbelievable.
There's a lot of pregnancies, much more than would normally be expected. All the pregnancies seem to date from the day of the blackout.
Oh no.
Now, this town is about to discover that looks can kill.
There have been a few casualties. I should say accidents that might be related to contact with the children.
My daughter was involved. Who are they?
They have one mind that they share between them.
Father?
Let us pray.
You've been discussing us with Dr. Vern. What did she tell you? You're hiding something.
The police can't do anything to stop the children.
Get out while you can.
There's something so much more powerful than we'll ever be.
What are you gonna do?
The only thing that we can do.
You can't stop us, you know. Don't try.
Here's the deal with John Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
This is classic example of setting the bar very, very high, very early in his career, and consistently through much of that career. I would argue the majority of John Carpenter's career is not just quality, but immense, special, celebrated quality.
Okay, and then?
And then the 90s hit. Okay?
No. You're fucking wrong. Okay? Let me stop you. This is a classic example of John Carpenter making fucking masterpieces as he did consistently throughout his career. Now, always there's going to be stinkers, right? Not everybody.
It's a numbers game.
Not Tarantino, but Carpenter, there's some stinkers. What's a Tarantino stinker, motherfucker?
Keep going about Carpenter.
No, I'm asking a question. It's a simple answer. You can't name one is the answer. So, you just don't want to have that conversation.
Scorsese has a few stinkers.
Yeah, sure he does.
Tarantino doesn't, it seems.
Tarantino does not.
And I fucking hate that guy.
But he makes great movies. But the point is this. It wasn't just the 90s. Because in the 80s, he still made fucking Prince of Darkness. And he made that sandwich between two of the greatest films of all time, Big Trouble in Little China and They Live. It makes no logical sense. Now, in the 90s, he still fucking hit. Because the year before Village of the Damned, he made maybe his best movie, In the Mouth of Madness.
I don't say it's his best movie, but it's definitely my favorite.
It's so fucking good.
In the Mouth of Madness is my favorite.
Oh, God, it's so fucking good.
And I did pitch you the idea of doing an episode of like, okay, now it's time to defend our personal favorites.
But no, we decided to do Not Peak because that's better.
But then that would just be us talking about In the Mouth of Madness.
And The Thing.
Which could happen one day once we run out of shitty movies to talk about.
It's true. Let's talk about some shitty Carpenters.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. Obviously, you don't have the same feelings about Prince of Darkness as I do. I think Prince of Darkness is far better than most of his stuff in the 90s, aside from In the Mouth of Madness. I've never seen Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
Right.
But that's beside the point, I guess.
You know, it was badass. Christine was fucking badass.
Of course, yes.
Death to the shitters.
But was this a case of like, okay, it's almost like it didn't just seem like, oh, we're in the twilight of my directing career. It felt phoned in.
It felt like a fucking paycheck. This movie felt like a fucking paycheck from the studio for John Carpenter.
He turned down Basic Instinct to direct this movie.
Ugh. I don't know what Basic Instinct by John Carpenter would have looked like.
It would have been fucking awesome as what it would have been.
Okay.
Yeah, John Carpenter needed that push, and I'm going to say it. He needed that kind of De Palma push into more, like less schlock horror into more
Wait a second,
thriller shit.
Wait, but do you think...
But he never got that.
Do you think that John Carpenter would have made a better Basic Instinct than Paul Verhoeven?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying...
Because Verhoeven's the fucking man.
No, I know. But you just had to look up who directed Basic. That's fine. I don't want to put you on blast. But...
I was letting you talk, asshole. Verhoeven made fucking Total Recall, you dick.
I know. Yeah, but I'm just saying he turned down Basic Instinct. That would have been an interesting watch, John Carpenter's Basic Instinct. To do 1995's Village of the Damned, which is a remake, and he is good at remakes, granted. The Thing.
Sure.
The Thing.
The Thing.
And The Thing.
Yeah, I mean, he remade that movie.
Greatest remake of all time.
It is.
Even if he just did that one.
That's it.
But this is also a remake.
So, according to Carpenter, I read like all the Wikipedia about this, and like when this movie was coming out, he's like, oh yeah, that's a great movie. I'm so glad I'm going to make it, and this is just going to be a grand slam because I love that book, I love that movie, and that was always such a big important movie to me, and it's gonna be easy to do. This is gonna be a really good film. Like this is John Carpenter while he's going to make it, and then like 20 years later in like 2011, he's like, yeah, the studio, that was all just the studio. That was.
It might be true.
But beforehand, he was like blowing it up,
Well, you got to do that. You can get people to the.
But it's okay. So here's the thing that bugs me out. Right? Here's what I don't understand, Bobby. When you watch Village of the Damned, and then you watch In the Mouth of Madness, they do not seem like they were directed by the same man.
I would agree with that.
The camera work, the shot, the cinematography, everything is just so fucking different. Like, this is like a fucking Lifetime movie is what Village of the Damned feels like.
Yeah, I would say that even John Carpenter's Vampires and Ghosts of Mars feel more like a John Carpenter movie than Village of the Damned does.
Fucking Vampires is
I would say Starman feels like more of a John Carpenter film than Village of the Damned.
I don't know if I've ever seen Starman.
But and I hate to throw Mr. Carpenter, God love him, under the bus here.
Yeah.
1995's Village of the Damned. I'm going to start off and say I don't hate this movie. This is like has a place in my heart. It's honestly one of the first John Carpenter movies I ever saw, and I remember the block, like the blue and yellow and white Blockbuster thing that was rented of it. Anyway, but it's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good.
And it feels like, it really does feel like you're watching a made-for-TV Stephen King movie.
Yeah.
Like Tommyknockers, or The Stand, or Rose Red.
But this is my same problem with Prince of Darkness, right? Because Prince of Darkness does not seem like it was directed by John Carpenter. It doesn't seem like the same guy. When you watch Big Trouble in Little China and you watch They Live, it's like, okay, those are made by the same guy. Like, I don't get that vibe from Prince of Darkness.
One, we're not talking about Prince of Darkness, and two, you're completely wrong. We'll talk about it on the Christmas special episode. Adam, now, The Village of the Damned was based on a book by...
I don't know. Somebody Wyndham something or other. The Midditch Cuckoos.
The Midditch Cuckoos. Now, if we named it the Midditch Cuckoos, I might be more inclined to see it, to be honest.
It's a hell of a name.
But, yeah, it's a remake. We actually watched the original in preparation for this episode as well, so we might start intertwining that as well. But before we do that, Adam, what is 1995's John Carpenter directed Village of the Damned about?
So it's about these people in this village, and they're all damned. They just don't know it yet. So one day they're laying in bed. There's Christopher Reeve still walking, and his wife are in bed. And then there's the broad from Crocodile Dundee, and her husband's Michael Pere from Streets of Fire, right? And there's like a shadow that passes over the sky, and there's like whispers, and people hear whispers, some horse shit. And then there's like a day parade, and like the Crocodile Dundee broad's like the principal of the school, and they're like putting on a festival, and then everybody falls asleep. Everybody falls asleep all at once. Hands up. What's up, Bobby?
Not a bad start.
How it started?
Not a bad start. Already kind of a creepy, unsettling premise. Small town, middle America. The location felt very Kindergarten Cop or Northern California, Oregon, kind of cliffs, or Stephen King, Maine.
It was filmed where John Carpenter filmed The Fog.
Yes.
Because he owns a home out there.
The Fog is his like nighttime cliff dwelling masterpiece.
It is a fucking The Fog is badass.
Village of the Damned is his daytime cliff dwelling, not so masterpiece. So then these people all fall asleep. Michael Pere, he's like driving, and then he drives into town, and he wrecks his car and dies in the first 5 minutes. Wham, wham, wham. Mark Hamill's a priest, right? So the government shows up, and the government's led by Kirstie Alley. She's like a tough as nails, Snake Plissken style endocrinologist or some fucking bullshit. I don't fucking know. Some dumb shit fucking scientific degree. Some government podiatrist.
She's like, I'm tough and I take no nonsense.
So if you look at this character of Kirstie Alley, she was kind of getting hefty at this point. She felt like a real woman, you know. But this was in the original Village of the Damned, like Kirstie Alley's character is just all the government agents rolled into one. So only Kirstie Alley.
Let me say something. The original 1960 Village of the Damned is a fucking amazing, spectacular, tremendous film. All the characters, like you said, they're all rolled into one. There's like 3 main characters. They're the humans, they're the adults, and then the little kids. The little kids are genuinely creepier. They don't look fucking stupid in bag wigs like this one. Everything's explained a lot better. They explain what's going on without. I don't know what the fuck they did in this. I don't know what they did in this John Carpenter movie. A big criticism
of this movie is like it doesn't communicate time very well. Like it's just like they fall asleep, they wake up pregnant, they have a town hall meeting about whether or not they should abort their babies. The babies are born because they have this maternal urge not to abort their babies.
That stupid dream they all had.
They all have the same dream, and then
stupid fucking.
There's like a few vignettes of the toddler versions of the Village of the Damned babies, and then they just cut right to when they're like in elementary school.
And that's the thing. And so in the original one, like there's dialogue between like the doctor and the main guy.
And there's visual exposition too.
Well, and the doctor's like, yeah, they're like 3 months old, but they're all developed to 18-month-olds.
Yeah. So in the original,
they explain it.
They do things like, it's not just like, oh, the babies are evil. It's like, oh, this like baby is exceptional, not in the retarded way, but in the exceptional way.
Who calls retarded people exceptional?
Oh, you never heard that?
No.
Yeah, that's a term.
Huh.
It just means either very smart or very not smart.
Bobby, you are exceptional.
Thank you. But there's like this whole sequence with like the puzzle box that the little toddler knows how to open. And then now that he's learned it, the other ones know.
Hive mind
shit.
Explains the
There's
shit.
like kind of some of that in the John Carpenter one, but not nearly as clever.
It's not nearly clever or as
interesting.
clear. It's not as clear. It doesn't explain any of it, you know?
All it is like this person was slighted by an adult. So now the rest of the little Aryan youth is mad about that because they know that, you know what I mean? Like, that's all it is. It doesn't communicate the hive mind. And it also, the other thing I noticed too in the original, there's like even just little things like, how do the other kids in the town that aren't weirdo alien Aryan Brotherhood babies?
How do they react?
How do they react to these people?
Right.
There's none of that.
None of
I
that.
don't think.
No, there's none of that in the Carpenter
one.
movie. Yeah, none of it.
So it's just a matter of like, it's paint by numbers remake, and then like on top of that, just nothing good about the original, co-opted or made more interesting or revived for
there was none of the
time.
changes that were made in the Carpenter remake were for the better, right? None of the changes that were made because it is a paint by numbers remake, right? There's certain things that are just exactly the same as that happened in the original.
There's the David thing with the blocks.
Yeah, there's the David thing with the blocks, but you know what they didn't have in the original? The fucking good one. Because the fucking good alien baby, that's stupid. That's a stupid plot point.
I kind of like that about the John Carpenter one.
No, fuck that. I want to be good. No, fuck you. Die like the rest of them, you fucking alien shit.
The original was totally one of those like 1960s Cold War metaphors about how like the fucking Soviets are coming for the youth and they're going to indoctrinate all the children.
I don't think that's what it was about.
That's
Bobby.
exactly what it was.
I don't think that's what it was about, Bobby.
Yeah, it was. But okay, we don't.
Why do you got to read into everything? Why can't a fucking movie about alien babies just be a movie about alien babies?
Because it's all allegorical to the time.
Everything is allegorical to the time.
Not everything.
So Willow was allegorical to the time.
No, but this one was.
How? Why are you
just
saying
like,
that?
It's just like them, all the Atomic Age movies were the same kind of thing. You can roll your eyes. Don't hate the messenger, man.
It's just that's your interpretation because you're a cunt.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not my interpretation.
It's you're interpreting it that way.
Like so many movies, like all the space race movies are more or less about the Soviets.
Space race movie. No. Okay, so here's what's great about the original Village of the Damned, and I guess they mentioned it here too. There was a certain group of these aliens that showed up, right? And they're looking on a map, and they're saying there's different parts of the world where at the same time this happens simultaneously worldwide, right? And so there's one group in like Eskimos, Inuits, and as soon as they're born, the Inuits are like
not interested.
They're blonde babies, so they killed them all because they're like, what the hell?
White devil,
right? Somewhere else, like they killed all the mothers too, and then in Russia they let them go and they kept them going for a while, right?
They let them into the wild.
Yeah, or they nurtured them, right? But it turns out these little fuckers, these little blonde-haired, blue-eyed, or green-eyed, or red-eyed, whatever kind of fucking hair they have, or eyes, they mind control people. They can mind control people to shoot themselves. Mm-hmm. They can make Buck Flowers jump off of a fucking building with a broom and impale
John Carpenter
himself.
Regular Buck Flowers is in this movie.
I love Buck Flower. He's great. He was the bum and
everything.
They Live and everything else. He's probably in fucking, what's it called? Prince of Darkness too.
I think he was, actually.
So, anywho, listen, I love John Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
This is not one of his good films.
Well, it's not Pete Carpenter.
It's not Pete Carpenter.
It's not Pete Carpenter. And again, I find this movie to be, I probably watch it once a year.
You do?
Yeah.
Every year you watch this?
Yeah, it's good it's like good laundry
How
movie.
did you not know it was so bad until we watched it the other day?
Oh, I've always known it's not good.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it's bad. It's John Carpenter.
It's come on. Vampires, bro.
So, hold on. We're jumping the gun here. We haven't been recording about this movie for very long. There's a lot more to talk about.
There's a lot more
There's a lot more to talk about.
When there's things that just disgust me, I'm just like, I just want to get it over with.
So talk to me about Christopher Reeve's character.
So Christopher Reeves is a doctor. And amazingly enough, this man can walk.
Okay, that's enough of that.
It's enough of that? Okay. So anywho, Christopher Reeves is a doctor in town, and like one of the babies is his. But the baby.
This is pre-horse accident, Christopher Reeves, if you were wondering.
Yeah, and this is post Superman, pre-horse. So the baby makes the wife stick her hand in like boiling water. Mm-hmm. It never explains why the baby does that. It explains it in the original, but it doesn't explain it in this.
Well, sticking a hand in boiling water it kind of cuts away, right? But she's dead.
Not at that point. No, she didn't die from the boiling water.
She didn't. Okay.
No, but later she kills herself.
That's right.
She jumps off a cliff.
Yes.
And so
it's like The Happening.
It's weird, like, because in the original, it's the main guy and his wife who have that baby, and then it's their brother-in-law who's a military guy, and then the other. Like, I don't know why they added so many superfluous characters. They like took the original characters and just cut them up into a whole village of people.
A village of the damned.
A village of the damned.
This movie is a damned village.
And, you know, I don't know. I don't think the acting's that good.
Talk to me about Roger Ebert's review of this.
Maybe it was Siskel. I didn't read it, but he gave it, out of 4 stars, he gave it 0.5.
Wow.
0.5 out of 4 stars.
That's a little harsh. That's a little harsh.
I mean, those guys are real cunts, but
yeah, they're
dead now. But
okay.
I don't mind. Sometimes I agree with the shit they say, and it makes me laugh.
Yeah. So
I haven't even told anybody what the movie's about.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
So these babies, like everybody gets pregnant on that day, they fall asleep, right? And then they wake up, and then they keep the babies. The babies are all born. They got like bad blonde wigs. They're like white blonde wigs, and they develop really fast, right? And they got mind control powers, and their eyes can glow because they're aliens, you know?
Right.
And one of the babies died at birth, and Kirstie Alley takes the baby and hides it away, and they show it later as an alien. It's a straight up freaking alien baby, you know? So we know these things are aliens.
Yeah, these children look like humans, but the fetuses look just like alien babies.
Weird, right? Weird. So there's like some random scenes. It's just like the little boy David, whose mate was the one that died at birth. So he's the alone alien. So he kind of has empathy.
Yeah, he develops empathy.
He doesn't have somebody that he's going to bang in the future already set up for him.
That sucks.
That sucks, right? Sucks for David. So like he's talking to a girl in a graveyard, and then she kills herself, and he foresees it or something. I don't know. It was just really bad at explaining anything in this movie, man.
But at the same time, it wasn't complicated because nothing really happens. Similar to the original movie, they were just kind of like, you guys should probably go live in the fucking school or the farmhouse or the one-room farm schoolhouse thing, and not. You guys like to be around each other.
Yeah, we don't want you around anybody else.
You like to be around each other, so let's go over there. And this is when Christopher Reeve is trying to explain humanity to these people, and the leader is that little girl that's very unsympathetic to anything. They're very Vulcan. They're very Vulcan. They're like evil Vulcan children.
Yes.
But I mean, you got to talk about the injuries and the kills. So we talked about the boiling water.
Boiling water. Yep.
What else? What else is there?
So there's boiling water they get him with.
Buck Flowers impales himself on the
on a broom.
On a broom.
So they're one of them's at the eye doctor, and the eye doctor's putting eye drops in the little girl's eyes. But sitting right next to the eye drops is like acid or something. And then the eye doctor accidentally puts acid in the little girl's eye, and then she freaks out, and their eyes are all glowy and weird and stupid looking. And then all the psychic babies like make the eye doctor put the acid into her eyes. So there's that. No, it was her.
Who was it?
It was a short-haired lady. So they eye assassinate her. Mark Hamill, he tries to shoot the children because he's a priest and knows they're babies of the devil, but they make Mark Hamill shoot himself.
Is it Mark Hamill that shoots himself?
Yeah.
Are you sure? It's not the other guy?
No, Jason Allen?
Yeah.
No, he drives off a cliff into an exploding thing. Jason Allen, that's that guy's name, right?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look him up. I love that fucking guy, by the way.
Michael Paré, what happened to him?
Michael Paré, he fell asleep at the beginning in the car and wrecked, and his car exploded.
But is he still around?
In real life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Last thing I saw him in was Bone Tomahawk. He was in Bone Tomahawk, remember? Great fucking movie, that one. So anyways, wait, it's not Jason Allen. What the fuck is that guy's name? Peter Jason. He was in They Live.
Yeah.
He's in 48 Hours.
He wrecks his car.
He wrecks his car and dies.
And it explodes in classic.
Now, this guy was mad because he was away in Japan for a year, and when he comes back, his wife's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, what the fuck, bitch?
Yeah.
But then it turns out it was an alien
It's a
baby.
true story of a military family.
Oh, yeah, all of them, most of them. Yeah. If your dad was in the military when you were born, that ain't your dad. So
Wow.
that's messed up. So anywho, though they die. Who else did they kill? Oh, Mark Hamill's wife is like, or is leading a charge to go like burn them, and then they make her drop the torch and burn herself.
Yeah,
that was a direct from the original movie too.
I think there was some kind of cool visual exposition, like for example, when they're all pregnant
right
at the same time, and then it shows a shot of them all driving to the hospital at the same time. I like shit like that.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
Is it?
I'm
though?
really grasping at straws here.
You're grasping at straws. Bobby, it's not a good movie. I mean, I know you want to like it, and that's fine. Like, you don't got to, you can like it, and you don't got to feel bad for liking it.
I like it, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I don't like it, and I wouldn't recommend it. I would not say for anybody else to watch this movie. I mean, listen, honestly, if you're going to watch A Village of the Damned, watch the one from 1960 because that thing is a fucking masterpiece.
That's ultimately the gift that came out of this, is it inspired me to rewatch the 1960s Village of the Damned, which I think is deserving of celebration. I don't think is anything incredible, but
no, it's good. It's real fucking
way
good.
better than the John Carpenter remake.
Well, I told Bill we were covering John Carpenter's Village of the Damned. He's like, no, dude. You need to watch the original one. Go watch it now, because I do whatever Bill tells me to.
Yeah,
and so I watched it, and I was like, and I think I'd seen it years ago. Like I know I'd seen this Village of the Damned years ago,
right?
And I never want to watch this John Carpenter one again.
Would you say that 1995's John Carpenter directed Village of the Damned is your least favorite John Carpenter movie?
Oh God, no,
it's not.
No, I'd rather watch this than Prince of Darkness again. I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
Prince of Darkness makes me angry. I'd rather watch this than Vampires.
Well, you're gonna have to rewatch Prince of Darkness.
I know.
God
damn it, I know.
That's bold. That's not I wouldn't say that's a typical answer to that. I think Prince of Darkness is ranked way higher for most people than Village of the Damned. I don't know what else to say about this movie. It's a weird moment in time in the mid-90s when John Carpenter was still getting work, but it just reeked of like, I just want to go play synth music with my son in my home studio, and I don't want to make these fucking movies anymore.
And that's what he's doing these days, and God bless him.
And it's awesome.
It's awesome.
So this was not meant to. This month in general is not meant to disparage the good name of John Carpenter, but
because we love the guy.
We also need to acknowledge that our heroes have flaws too sometimes, and even like you said, even though this isn't a particularly good movie that we would recommend people watch, it's also not the worst thing we've ever seen.
No,
by a long shot.
It's not the worst thing we've reviewed on here.
Like if this was the worst movie I've ever made, I'd be pretty proud of myself
for sure.
But I think it's a contender.
I mean, we've never made any movies. So.
I think it's a contender for the worst John Carpenter movie, but I don't know if that's accurate or not. But I think we got some sad news recently as we were recording this episode.
We realized,
starring Christopher Reeve, Mark Hamill, Michael Paré, and the great Kirstie Alley.
The late great Kirstie Alley. December 5th, folks. Kirstie Alley died today. Wah, wah.
Well,
I don't know how. I'm going to blame Blue Cheese because that's what did in Val Kilmer, and he ain't even dead yet. So, wherever you are, Kirstie, we're going to pour out some coffee from Fox & Sons for you.
And then we're going to watch the entire Look Who's Talking series.
The whole fucking quadrology. The quadrology of Look Who's Talking. Look who's coming up next. It's more babies.
Now, John Carpenter seemed to have phoned this one in. Do you feel like we phoned in this episode of Not For Everyone?
I mean, you sobered up after we drank that delicious Fox & Sons coffee. So, that's fine.
Promo code NFE for Fox & Sons coffee. They got a Christmas promo going on right now. Let me read it to you.
Read it to him, Bobo.
Hold on.
Read it to the good people. Let them know.
Merry Christmas. Fans of the Not For Everyone podcast, use code NFE for 20% off orders of $25 or more through NFE. December 31st, 2022.
Hell yeah.
20% off, $25 or more. And I'll tell you what, it's good enough to buy multiple bags at once. So there you go. There's your 20% off.
Buy that shit, dog.
You just had it.
It's good. It's delicious.
It's delicious.
It's tasty. It's gone. I drank it all.
And then before you sign up for patreon.com/notforeveryone, be sure to buy some Fox and Sons coffee. But then sign up for patreon.com/notforeveryone, $5 a month. I get everything out there that I can whenever it's available.
Yeah.
And Cameron's been wanting to do a watch party again soon on the Discord. We will do that. If anyone has any suggestions for that, let's talk about it. Let's try to make it happen before the end of the year. Before the end of the year, let's jump on a Discord watch party. I'm thinking of maybe Prince of Darkness.
Fuck that.
This has been Not Peak Carpenter.
Not Peak Carpenter, Chapter 1,
Not
Village
Peak
of the Damned.
Carpenter Christmas.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it. Or do watch it. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. You can follow the podcast on Instagram at Not For Everyone Podcast. That's where most of the shit goes.
That's where it all goes. Just go there.
Follow there and be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. Please just share the show. I'd rather you guys share the show than join the Patreon. Because
you sound desperate again, Bobby. Stop it.
I don't care. I don't care. Okay. Just share the show.
Share it, bitches.
Fox and Sons. FoxandSons.com.
Fox and Sons. Drink that coffee. Ow.